So I'm a little bit divided on this episode of Dragon Ball Super. On the one hand, you have all this wealth of new information and just stuff that we never got to know or see in any of the Dragon Ball movies, like Dragon Ball Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. And that was a really great treat to see. I enjoyed all the new material we actually got in this episode. On the bad side though, this episode was plagued with terrible art at times. And it was so sporadic and random. Like, there would be some points where it's just a normal episode of Dragon Ball Super. You know, adequate animation, adequate art, and so on and so forth. But then there were like split seconds, or sometimes even like a full-on like 30 seconds to a minute, where the art, it looked like as if Toei Animation hired someone from like Deviant Art or some fanfic artist, and they gave him a pen and paper and they're like, go, have at it, draw me Goku and Vegeta. And their first draft, they're like, good, perfect, let's put it in the episode. Like, holy shit. So there were images where Whis didn't look like Whis, Vegeta didn't look like Vegeta, Goku didn't look like Goku, and so on and so forth. It was just horrendous, almost to the level of episode 5 in Dragon Ball Super. I only say almost because I feel like if it was a battle scene in this episode, I think it would have stuck out more, because the amount of motion and fighting and like just everything else that occurs when there's a battle going on, it requires your animation game to be pretty high up. So if your animation game is shit, you're gonna notice it a lot more. It's gonna look twice as ugly a la episode 5. But aside from all that terrible art, I loved this episode of Dragon Ball Super. Starting off this episode, we get a little bit of insight into how far Vegeta has progressed in his training, and that he could finally sense it when Whis is coming, and Whis is a god. And as we've established before, people who have godlike ki can sense other godlike ki beings, which is why no one could sense Goku when he was a Super Saiyan God, and Beerus when he was, you know, just fucking Beerus. And Goku even admits that Vegeta is probably stronger than him right now. And that's really great to see, because I'm so glad Vegeta is like no longer on the back burner in terms of like always playing catch up with Goku. I'm really glad that Toriyama is finally giving Vegeta like finally an edge over Goku. Since there's a possibility that if Goku and Vegeta were to go at it right now, Vegeta could possibly kick Goku's ass, minus anything like Super Saiyan 3 or all that shit, like base forms going against each other. It's really awesome to think that Vegeta could wipe the floor with Goku, I'm not gonna lie. And it's such a change in perspective to see Vegeta refer to someone as like Master or Sama at the end, because Vegeta throughout all of like Dragon Ball history, he has been a loner. Whenever it comes to training, he prefers to train by himself in like gravity rooms or in mountains with dust blowing into his eyes. He is a loner, and then occasionally he'll train with like maybe his son, and you know, just for like shits and giggles and whatnot. But all in all, Vegeta is a loner, and to see him actually be a disciple for someone else, like, it really shows you how much Vegeta has grown as a character from way back then. The loner is now willing to throw away his pride and get a master to teach him the ways to get stronger than Goku, because everyone knows Vegeta wants to beat that Goku ass. And then we get introduced to the Hourglass room, in which Vegeta explains to Goku that every hourglass is an alarm, and then there's this big ass hourglass in the middle of the room, which I'm assuming is also another alarm. But it makes you wonder, what exactly are the hourglasses alarms for? Are they alarms to like wake up Beerus to destroy another planet or a few planets? And is the big hourglass supposed to be like how much maybe time Beerus has left in this world, and he has to choose his next successor as the next god of destruction? This room right here, I want more explained, because it seems pretty interesting. It was put off as like, you know, oh, it's just alarm clocks for Beerus, but I know there's more meaning to those hourglasses than is being let on. But aside from all of that, we progress into possibly the best part of this episode, and it is Vegeta and Goku trying to change Beerus's bed sheets. Like, I thought this was so fucking funny. I thought it was training at first too, because like back in Dragon Ball, they did seemingly meaningless shit to get trained, Goku and Krillin under Master Roshi. But in the end, that shit eventually paid off because they grew like fucking immense strength. So I'm thinking like Vegeta and Goku have to use like some agile finesse and like artsy craft handwork in order to be able to change Beerus's bed sheets. But then when Beerus's tail slaps Goku right in the fucking face, I fucking jumped out of my seat. That thing came out of fucking nowhere. there. I was off guard. That split second scared the shit out of me. And like immediately after that, Vegeta knew how to react and he just blasted Goku away into a wall so he wouldn't hit one of the hourglasses. But then what's getting me confused is that Goku whispering and slightly screaming has the probability of waking Beerus up. Goku slamming into an hourglass and exploding could possibly wake Beerus up. But Goku getting slammed into a wall by Vegeta's kick, it's like off the grid. There's no way Beerus is gonna hear that. Like, what? But I did find it really funny how it was Vegeta's turn to get slugged in the face and he actually went into one of the hourglasses and Goku instant transmission that shit out of here right next to Whis. He's like, hey bro, peace out, take care of that shit. And then he just disappears and it explodes right next to Whis and Whis is like, funny Goku. But it eventually progressed to the point where Vegeta and Goku were finally able to change Beerus' bed sheets, and I really found it funny how like Goku had to levitate Beerus up, and Vegeta's like, his handiwork is like phenomenal. He's just going in like evening the ends and stuff, and Goku's like, yo man, fucking Vegeta, hurry up! And he's like, hold on Kakaroto, I'm almost done. It was just so funny. Like it requires a finesse to lay out some bed sheets for the god of destruction himself. And then after all that shit happens, what I thought was supposed to be like finesse and like agility training, turns out was just housework. It's just like chores to do before the actual training starts. And then we go into like Vegeta and Goku having to mow the fucking lawn with like sickles, and it was just like, what? This is just housework? I'm assuming Whis is telling them it's just housework, but it actually has some kind of meaning to it. Because that's the same thing Master Roshi did with Goku and Krillin in delivering milk and wearing those turtle shells on their back. He never told them the purpose of wearing that stuff. He only revealed to them the results at the very end of their training. So I'm assuming this like changing bed sheets and like fixing like the fish bowls and cutting the grass is leading way to them possibly getting more power when they're actually doing the training that Whis has laid out for them. And I did like the training that he actually had set up for them, because it involved that shit where they had to like put their arms inside that like box and like lift it up, and it was really cool to see like Vegeta. He already mastered lifting that box up, the one that Goku's having a hard time with. But Whis, being Whis, obviously doubles Vegeta's weight and has him struggle along with Goku. So it really shows you how far Vegeta has progressed in terms of strength ahead of Goku himself. And then of course Whis ups the ante a little bit more by having the path beneath them disappear if they don't just fucking start booking it with that box in their arms. So I thought that was pretty interesting amount of training. I can't wait to see how far they progress. Like pretty soon they're gonna be able to like sprint across like the fucking like pathway, or hell even like cradle it on their shoulder and do it the same. I can't wait to see what levels they have once they finish that training. But one thing I was questioning while they were doing this training and struggling with it was, why didn't like Goku and Vegeta turn Super Saiyan to like, you know, multiply their strengths? And I fucking loved how this was addressed, in that turning Super Saiyan now is useless if they want to get stronger. What they need to do right now is train their base form so that when they actually do like their multiplier forms, it multiplies by a significant amount. And it's really cool that Whis never told them that they couldn't turn Super Saiyan. He never said you're not allowed to do it. Vegeta and Goku knew that this is what needed to be done. There's no more Super Saiyan bullshit they're going to be dishing out. They are going to train their base forms as if they themselves are working for the goal that they're trying to aim for. And it's not their Super Saiyan status that's helping them, or Super Saiyan 2, 3, Super Saiyan God, whatever. No forms. Strictly training the base form so that all in all, the character himself is growing more powerful. I love that. And then finally, we end the episode with fucking Vados and Champa finally making an appearance in Dragon Ball Super. I know they made an appearance in the Dragon Ball Super manga, but man, fans were like counting the days and episodes when they finally make their appearance in the anime, and it's about time. And they came in like destroying a random planet, and Vados was saying, yo, that was the wrong one, Champa, I'm sorry, but yeah, let's go find another one. It makes you wonder, what exactly is Champa and Vados looking for? Are they looking to destroy a particular planet for a certain reason? Are they trying to kill someone by like destroying their planet? It really adds a lot of questions and lore to the Dragon Ball Super anime, and I am all excited for that, because these are the episodes that we've all been waiting for since Battle of Gods ended. And not to mention, we finally have the Resurrection F arc starting pretty soon. I'd say within the next 2 episodes, because we already got introduced to Sorbet and all the other like henchmen of Frieza that were in the Resurrection F movie. So all in all, great progression. I loved the training that Goku and Vegeta were getting and the explanation as to why they're training in their base forms. And all in all, great episode. Only bad part was the art. The art was spread out. It was sporadic throughout the whole episode. There were some segments where it was decent, and other segments where it's fucking shit. It was terrible. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts, what you thought of this episode. If you're interested in seeing more about Champa and Vados, if you can't wait to see more of Goku and Vegeta's training with Whis. And yeah, that's all that I have for this video. If you can leave a thumbs up down below, if you enjoyed the video at all, I would really greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, there you go. You got an excuse right now. Subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my future videos. I'm Mr. Ajax, and as always, stay beautiful.